Do not adjust your computer screen. It's your mind we're changing. Stories set to a theme. Think outside. Universe Box.
Okay, let's see. We got soda and purple stuff. Ooh, Sunny D!
Look, I can't do this anymore.
Oh, come on, Mom.
No, you and your friends have been doing this for 20 years.
We need refreshment. Word.
You're 36. You need a job.
A job? Radical!
You're funny, Mrs. B.
Get out.
The great taste of Sunny D. Keep it sunny, people!
Good dive.
From the heavens to your ears, this is Universe Box, and sadly, our best days are behind us, but they're coming back. I'm Bill Meeks.
And I'm Anne-Marie DeSimone.
And we are back after a 2-week break.
Was it only 2 weeks?
I know.
I feel like we haven't done this in months.
I feel like my hair grew like 6 inches in the past 2 weeks.
I think it came off of my head.
And I just realized we're still burning a candle. But it's okay.
What's
Welcome
wrong
to
with the candle?
We don't burn candles on the stream. We don't want to
encourage pleasant smells and
be a
light?
bad influence to any kiddies watching.
What's wrong with the candle?
I don't know. Damn kid shouldn't light a candle, I guess.
I think we should move on past the candle.
Yeah, we got to get back into the rhythm, right? Because we've been off a couple of weeks. It's fine though. But this
We're
is
still
Universe
off.
Box, the podcast about everything. Stories
set to a theme.
And this week's theme is I know how do we usually do this, Anne-Marie? I know there's something we do, a box related thing we
There
do.
might be a box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box this week, Anne-Marie?
Let me find out, Bill.
Okay.
Bam.
Yes, this week
And in case you can't tell from that lovely drawing,
This week we're talking about how everything old is new again. We'll stick a quarter in the news box to talk about all the reboots coming your way. You got the news box?
News box.
We'll flip on the idiot box to watch some classic comedians try their own reboot. Then we'll open the music box to talk about one of my favorite songs. And we'll hop on the soapbox to decide once and for all if nostalgia is worth your time. Finally, we'll answer some questions you submitted through the idea box. And we want to welcome our chat room here too. We have Angel in there and Wynn, and who else is in there?
Angel, Wynn, Stephanie.
Yeah, and Angel says, Bill, I thought you did something
Oh,
different with
my
your...
Bobby!
And hi, hello, Bobby. But Angel says, I thought you did something different with your hair. I definitely did.
He took it off the bottom of mine.
And just so you guys know, we normally record this show Thursday nights, 8:30 p.m. EST at live.universebox.com, where you can join in on the chat. Tonight, we're recording it on Friday because it was a weird week and stuff.
Family stuff.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So, but we'll be back on schedule next week for sure. Mm-hmm. All right, so I guess we should probably get into our first segment here. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready to
I
go?
was being like...
Okay.
Making a point.
So pop in a couple quarters. We're splitting out the headlines to keep you up to date on the latest news in the news box. We're relevant now, I guess. Today we're going to talk about all the old concepts that are being rebooted in the news box. And there's a lot of reboots and stuff going on these days.
There is an excessive amount of reboots.
Yeah, very fitting in our theme. Everything old is new again.
True that.
We just figured we'd talk about them a little bit. Share with you what we have coming up, or what they have coming up as far as reboots, and maybe give our opinions on them a little bit.
Opinions? Never.
Us opinions never. But for the first reboot we're going to talk about, and this is one that's close to our hearts for sure. Full House reboot is happening on Netflix. The reboot titled Fuller House will star Candace Cameron Bure, Jodie Sweetin, and Andrea Barber. That's DJ, Stephanie, and Kimmy Gibbler. With Stamos, John Stamos, Uncle Jesse, set to produce and guest star. According to the statement they released, they're also going to have Bob Saget, possibly Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, Dave Coulier, maybe.
Are you sure about Mary-Kate and Ashley?
They're in discussions. Now, John Stamos announced this on Jimmy Kimmel a few weeks back, and he said that it's going to start off as a reunion of sorts, so kind of like a 2-part reunion movie kind of thing, and then it's going to spin off into this spin-off where DJ, I believe is pregnant, and her husband has passed away. So Kimmy and Stephanie move in, kind of like the original premise.
I was about
of
to
Full
say,
House.
I've never heard this premise before.
Oh, you haven't heard the premise? Oh, okay. You were being sarcastic, but
I was being facetious, yes.
But Anne-Marie, what do you think about the Full House reboot?
I'm excited. Oh, Bobby said the Olsens just said they will not be taking part. Apparently, he's texting Mary-Kate and Ashley.
What about their little sister,
Their little
Elizabeth
sister?
Olsen? Maybe she can take a break from the Avengers movies.
She's in the Avengers?
I believe so. I think she's Scarlet Witch. I haven't. Yeah.
Somebody had to be successful.
But what do you think about this Full House rebooting?
Yeah, I'll be watching that.
Yeah.
Yep. You can count on not hearing from me the day that comes out.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something that we could definitely, I don't know, maybe do at least like a little mini podcast on to talk about, because
Totally.
right in our wheelhouse.
It's stories. It's a theme. It's something we enjoy.
Yeah, and we
Ta-da!
definitely like to hear from you guys in the chat too, what you think about these reboots and everything. I think it'll be good. Like I wonder what the production's going to be like. I wonder if it's going to be more like a one camera kind of sitcom like The Office or something, like more of a modern sitcom, or if they're going to do like 3 cameras, laugh track, the whole deal like it used to be. Because they've done like reunion movies for old sitcoms in the past, like Growing Pains and things like that, and they generally do it as more of like a
Modern.
dramatic movie or something with
Yeah.
jokes in it.
I kind of would like to see it done like the same exact setup as the old one. Mm-hmm. Like I want to see that.
Same house.
Not necessarily the same house, but
Oh, come on! They have a music studio in the basement.
sometimes it's an advertising.
You can
studio.
get a good old Justin Bieber down there or something for a one-off instead of the Beach Boys.
No, never.
Actually, what would the equivalent of the Beach Boys be for this series? Would it be like, I don't know, Foo Fighters or something? Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
that I'd pay money to see.
Definitely.
Love the Foo Fighters. No, I'm just really excited about this because one thing, like, you always, like, if you're on any social media and follow any of these people, they are all still friends, minus the Olsens. They are all still friends, and they're always together and hanging out. Like, before this was even announced, DJ and Kimmy were, like, doing one of those, like, not Tough Man competitions, like the one in the mud, like Tough Mudder.
Tough Mudder? Yeah.
They were doing something like that. Like, one of them was carrying the other one. Like, they're still tight.
Yeah, they actually there was a web series that Dave Coulier did a few years ago. I think it was called Can't Get Arrested, where a lot of them played
up.
themselves in like bit parts. It was kind of like done in the same vein as like Curb Your Enthusiasm with Dave
nice.
Coulier. Yeah, and Bobby in the chat room says that he thinks it'll be filmed on set but with no audience.
That'd be
and
cool.
Wynn says she has no opinion because she didn't watch the original, which is totally
Wynn,
fair.
That's right. You were in like video games in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
We lost you there. No, it just really, I'm really excited for it. And I'm just going to say I'm really happy that Jodie Sweetin has gotten her together and is going to be on it. So there's that.
Trivia. I just realized I'm not actually going to reveal because it would reveal a personal identifying piece of information about me. So no, ask me in a private conversation sometimes, and I'll tell you what my connection is with Jodie Sweetin. But I can't talk about it right now. Okay, so
That
what's
sounds
the next reboot? And this is more of a product reboot, right?
Well, I mean, products are rebooted. Jenkos.
Jenko jeans.
I know we've talked about these on our 90s episode, but let's just be honest. You can't have a reboot without talking about the fact that Jenkos are coming back. So for anybody who wanted to put their iPad in their pants.
iPad,
Okay, computer.
You're 4 iPads in your pants because the pockets on these things are huge. If you've never seen these pants generally
Or as big as a toddler.
Yeah, you could fit an elephant leg in each of the legs of these pants. And that's kind of the feature. They have a slim waist, a slim, tight-fitting waist, and then they just kind of like balloon out almost like a skirt or something.
That's crazy. So I'm kind of excited about that. What about you?
I think it's cool. Like I was kind of like a scene kid, alternative punk rocker kind of kid back in the day and everything. So I wore these like all the time. Even when the first few years we knew each other in college, I wore these all the time. Like
Yes,
I
you
would
did.
carry textbooks around in the back of my pocket.
I think a lot of people did because that was right at that was the very, very early 2000s. So people were hanging on to it.
It was like the transition because 98, 99 is when they got really popular. I believe I know they were at the Gadzooks shop
Yes.
at the mall.
And
where
Gadzooks
we lived
stopped
and everything.
carrying boys' clothes in about 2003 when I started working at the mall.
But I mean, so in the one sense, it's pretty cool and everything that they're coming back with him. In another sense, I don't think you're ever going to
Sorry.
catch me in a pair of these unless it's for like some sort of comedy sketch or something like that. Just
So
'cause-
we're all going to see him in them, just so you know.
yeah, but they just feel like, I don't know, like I've grown out of them a little bit.
You have grown out of them, but one
I wear the skinny hipster jeans now.
was saying that what I was literally just going to say is, thank goodness we are getting these back so we can stop seeing boys basically in leggings. They are. They're basically
Jeggings.
no, they're not even jeggings. Like I think sometimes they're painted on. They're worse than some women's. The end.
Oh, by the way, Ton DeGasa hopped in the chat. How you doing,
Tanda.
Ton DeGasa? Okay, let's see
Thank
here.
you, Angel. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Angel,
you, Bobby.
Angel blessed Anne Marie.
Oh, I'm getting all sorts of blessings and gazoon tights.
Yeah, but here, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the audio here because the next reboot we're going to talk about is
it's also
actually-
very familiar.
Yeah, because we just talked about this movie a couple weeks ago on the show for, what was it? For Vacation, right?
For vacation.
The Vacation reboot. Now, I have turned the audio off here, so we shouldn't hear any... This is the Red Band trailer. I'm assuming there's going to be nothing bad in it. If there's accidental nudity or something, you audio listeners...
If there's some
I
accidental
apologize.
nudity.
But the audio listeners should be okay. So if you have kids around or something, it should be good. And we'll only play a little bit of it. But yeah, they're doing a reboot of Vacation, the classic movie starring Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo, with Ed Helms as the main character.
Let's pause
As
for
Rusty.
a moment and remember everybody's opinions of vacation. Who's not excited about this one? This guy right here. William?
Gal, you're a gal. I like Ed Helms, so it remains to be seen. And I've liked Chevy Chase in recent years too. Maybe if they got a better scriptwriter or something, like,
Well, I would assume there's probably a difference.
or a smarter one, because I mean, like, I think one of our big takeaways from Vacation was that, you know, it was a little bit dated and stuff. So, but let's take a quick look at the trailer for a minute. I know it starts out with kind of them going through the original stuff
Oh, goody.
here. This vacation. Yeah, and it's just like more
The exact same thing.
yeah, and looks like they're doing the Yep, and then we get Chevy Chase and Beverly back in their original roles, and Ed Helms driving around as Rusty. Looks like they go to Burning Man.
Is that... wait.
I think that's Christina Applegate
Oh,
as his
man, I
wife.
like her.
Yeah.
No.
But Wynn says I think the new one will stray too far into the super shock crude humor. There was a little bit of crude humor, but yeah, I see what you mean there with kind of like the Humpty dancing and stuff. that they
Well,
were
of
doing.
course, there's...
But yeah, there was a little bit of stuff like that with like the dog peeing on the sandwiches and I don't know, the dead body strapped to the car and everything.
Oh, do we have to relive it? Oh,
but
good.
I
there-
did see Charlie Day in there, and it looks like they go. This looks like the same hotel as with
The
the model in the pool and everything. So that's interesting. I wonder if they're heading to Wally World. Let's go ahead and skip forward here and see if we see. It looks like some skinny dipping,
Oh,
lots
good.
of nudity. Lots of nudity, yeah. But yeah, it looks kind of like on par but updated with how they did it back in the day. But what do you think, Anne-Marie? Gonna do this or no?
See, and I love Christina Applegate.
She's good.
I love
Like-
her.
Like, I think this will probably be a rent for me for sure.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
this is not a pay for theaters movie. Not a chance.
yeah, let's
Not
see
a
here.
chance. So apparently, Tonda saw European Vacation, was the first one he saw in
Nice.
theaters with his mom and brother.
Oh. That must have been nice and awkward.
Awkward.
Okay, now this next one we will play audio for. Yeah, I think we've talked enough Vacation.
Oh, yeah, we're done with
But
that.
this next one, I'm kind of halfway into a little bit. But they're rebooting or doing a sequel.
They're
slash
doing another
reboot,
sequel.
for Jurassic Park called Jurassic World.
Ah.
Okay, so the whole
hoo-ha.
point of the trip is Rusty is bringing his kids to Wally World, like
Oh, God.
like in the original. So
I think I'm just going to have to skip that one.
you think so?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. We'll watch a little Jurassic World here, but basically, you know, it's years later. Isla Nublar. They've kind of corrected the mistakes. They've been running this park for a number of years.
Yeah, but they're still running.
The fat guy from The Office is keeping track of the raptors.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, Yeah, and looks like.
But they're still having to run away from the dinosaurs.
I've heard there's something with like they've genetically modified the dinosaurs so they're a little smarter or something
then
like
why
that.
would you make them smarter?
I know, right? They're like, okay, we figured this out. We've done it. So why don't we make them smarter now?
Let's make them smarter.
Just-
This time they can use a cell phone and call for backup.
It's just like the same reasons countries go to war so they can like up the rate of their technology. That's the only reason countries go to war so they can get a space program.
Yep,
and stuff.
basically.
But wait, what do you think about this? What's your overall reaction to this?
I want to see it.
Yeah, I kind of want to see
I
it
really
too.
like Jurassic Park. There was like
Yeah,
Jurassic Park
the
2,
Lost
right?
World. I actually
I never
both with
saw
the
that.
book and the movie, I like the Lost World, the sequel, better. There was also a Jurassic Park 3, which was really bad.
Oh.
William H. Macy was in it.
Oh, I like William H.
But
Macy.
the Lost World, basically, it was Ian Malcolm's story. Like they go to they had like a backup island, I believe, and they go there, and then chaos happens again, and some dinosaurs actually get over into California, like on the mainland.
Oh.
And like, there's a whole scene with like the Tyrannosaurus chasing them down the street in a car. Gave me nightmares. And
I'm
stuff.
sure.
But let's see here. What do we got from the chat here as far as Jurassic
Chris Pratt
World?
on a motorcycle leading a stampede of raptors. Well, there you go.
They're herded. They're pack animals. And yeah, Bobby says sounds like a good popcorn flick. And Angel says excited for this one, but she's questioning the scientists in Jurassic World. Why would you ever create a carnivorous, intelligent dino with opposable thumbs?
True
Yeah.
that.
Seems a little bit.
Seems a little dangerous there, buddy.
risky. Okay, now this one I will see. Anne-Marie hasn't actually seen this
No,
one
I
yet.
haven't.
So I think we're actually going to watch this trailer here.
Oh, we'll
but-
still talk over it.
Yeah, and this is another reboot. Gem and
They're
the
all
holograms.
reboots. That's
They
the point
are.
of the show.
I
Everything's a
suppose.
reboot
I suppose.
or a sequel.
But we probably actually will pay a bit more attention to this because I want to get Anne-Marie's read on this because I was a fan of the original series and I have some problems.
I
but-
remember being a fan, but I was really little.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What do we got here?
Where's the music?
Oh,
Here we go.
I, Jerica Benton, am living the most unexceptional life.
Get one of those grocery bags.
My sister Kimber and I live with our Aunt Bailey and her
Kimber.
two foster kids.
Kimber.
Here she is. Sing one of your songs. I don't like being on camera.
All the multicolored hair
At some
feels
point,
very
we all wish
modern.
that we could
Well,
just
that's
become
because it's
someone
normal
else.
now.
Yeah. And she becomes a YouTube star.
Of course she does. Everyone's a YouTube star.
One of her friends hacks her account and puts it public instead of
Oh, it's
unlisted.
from the Pitch Perfect people. I
Yeah.
love Pitch Perfect.
Did you do this, Kimber?
But it doesn't look like it has the kind of humor that Pitch
No,
Perfect
it doesn't.
happened if you didn't take that chance?
The biggest record company in the world wants to sign us.
You're gonna be famous.
feels like the great setup for a CW series.
Enterprises.
Ah! Don't say that.
You are no longer Jerica.
Gem. That's what we call you now.
That means changing the way
I do like what's her name.
sound.
This is us?
No, it's Photoshop.
We didn't need to do the makeup.
Yeah, but there's no. I don't see any misfits in here. I don't see any synergy.
Never guessed that coming here would mean a whole new
I don't see any magical
There's
holographic
no magic.
transformations. I don't see any fantasy or sci-fi
There
elements
isn't.
in this at all,
There isn't.
which really depresses me.
You don't want us around anymore? That's not how a family's supposed to act.
Like honestly, I would
The version of me that they want doesn't exist.
There'll probably be some really good like musical set pieces in this one,
Oh yeah.
but I don't think that it's going to live up to the name of Gem. Really.
I don't think this necessarily needed to be Gem.
I have to fix
Yeah, and plus
It
they-
doesn't seem good enough for CW. Jeez, Donda.
Oh wow, yeah. And Angel says, my reaction is meh, never really saw Gem, had an interest, and this looks kind of silly. Like they seem to go into all of the regular person to pop star tropes. Another problem I has is one of the most interesting things to me back in the day with this series was kind of like the weird, oh hi Blue Knight, who just came into the chat room. They had kind of a weird love triangle. You know how there's the Superman love triangle
There's always stuff. Yeah.
where Lois wants Superman, but Clark wants Lois to fall in love with Clark. In this
Amazing how you have a triangle with yourself, but anyway.
yeah, but in this love triangle, Gem / I forget. I just completely blanked on her real name, but Kimber maybe.
Kimber. No.
But both her, Jem, and her alter ego are like going out with the same dude. And like, so he's like going around behind both of their backs, and she's like cool with it.
That's not fun.
No, but I think it would be a kind of interesting dynamic to do in a movie, and would lend itself to a lot of drama in situations.
There's enough drama there. Also, like, okay, so I already have a problem with it.
Okay.
And the fact that they're like, and these foster kids, we're living with our aunt and these foster kids. No foster kids, I'm sorry, are going to be able to go and be international musical superstars. Like, who's signing that paper? Like, you have to be a minor.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I don't understand.
Doesn't really set well with me.
I'm not. Jerica. Yes,
yeah,
Angel.
Jerica. That's the name. That's the name for sure.
For sure.
Okay, so now there's a bunch of cartoons being rebooted, mainly by Netflix. So we'll go ahead and we'll touch on these a little lighter. But the first one, I think we'll probably talk about more than just about any of them at all. But let's see here. Emery, you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about the DuckTales reboot?
Woo-hoo! That's all I got.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woo! Quack, 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 quack. The quacking guitar solo. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about the Disney XD DuckTales reboot.
All right, Disney XD. Okay, first of all, not coming out till 2017, so let's all like cool our horses on this one.
Keep your expectations low.
Keep them low or raise them high because that gives them 5 years. No, 2 years. Because life is flying by. So, the original was Emmy winning?
Oh, yeah, it was hugely acclaimed, not just for content, but for animation. They did a lot of really cool stuff with animation that only Disney really had the budget for in the 80s. Because the animation wasn't cheap. It wasn't quite Disney animated, but it was close. It was probably as good as their direct-to-DVD stuff is today. Probably.
So it's looking like, it's going to follow Scrooge McDuck and Huey, Dewey, and Louie and Donald on their adventures around the world. All the regular, like, characters and villains are coming back. I mean, I don't know. Our new series will bring the same energy and adventurous spirit to a new generation. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you missed the first part of that. And they talk about how, and this really excites me as a fan of Duck comics. Like, I don't know if I've ever expressed this on the show or not, but I'm a huge fan of Carl Barks and Don Rosa's Duck Universe, which is something... basically what DuckTales was based on. So they talk about a little bit about that influence on the original show. And then they say, our new series will bring that same energy and adventurous spirit to a new generation. I actually got to talk to Don Rosa at DragonCon a couple years ago. And he had a sign out on his table that said, this is not DuckTales. These are Duck comics. They're similar, but completely different. And he was kind of bummed because everyone knows the Duck universe from the DuckTales cartoon series, and it gets a lot deeper than it did in the original series in the comics. But it sounds like they might be taking even more influence. So I'm very excited about that. Go ahead.
You want to know why I skipped that first part?
Why's that?
Because I don't understand it.
Fair enough. No, but
no hablo comics. No hablo comics.
No, but that says a lot of very exciting things to me. And if you want a taste of what those comics are like, I would recommend the graphic novel, The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck, which kind of goes through how the story of how Scrooge made his fortune, and it kind of parallels he walks up through with the history of the 19th century in America, more or less. Let's see here in the chat room. Angel says, all of my childhood cartoons are being rebooted. DuckTales, Magic School Bus. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Coming soon.
And let's see. Wynn says, hope that in the political climate of 2017, Scrooge doesn't have to redistribute all of his wealth. And
he's donating to the campaign.
And the Blue Knight says, I'm grown up now, but I would still watch that kid's show to listen to the original song. Oh, for sure. The song is like half of the show. The song doesn't need to change at all. But are you excited for this, Anne-Marie?
Meh.
Meh? Well, you like the original.
No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't hate it. This is not something I would choose to watch.
Are you more of a fan of the theme song?
I just like going woo,
woo.
That's all I like to do. This one I have literally zero opinion on because I've never seen
That's
it.
fair. And yeah, we'll just touch very briefly on this one. And that is Danger Mouse and Netflix. And I noticed that Netflix is going to be releasing the first 10 seasons of the BBC/Nickelodeon Danger Mouse on to the Netflix service this month. So you can get caught up before they release the new rebooted Danger Mouse. But if you don't know Danger Mouse, basically a mouse named Danger Mouse and his little rodent assistant named, I forget what kind of animal he is, maybe like a hamster or something, named Penfold. They live under, I believe it's under 221B in London. Sherlock Holmes old pad. They live in this little mailbox outside of it, and they're spies.
Right.
And they fight Baron Von Frog, I believe, is their main arch nemesis. But they are rebooting this. It was a favorite series of mine growing up. I have gone back. We've done the Wonderbox test on it, and it doesn't hold up.
Oh, you've done the Wonderbox test?
Yeah, I've done it personally, just like gone back and watched a couple episodes of it to see if it held up. It didn't really hold up for me. But
Thank you for not making me watch it.
But I am hopeful that it might be halfway decent.
I just remember what we forgot to actually do.
What's that?
We were going to do a Wonderbox for this.
Yeah, we were gonna watch Boy Meets World and
Girl Meets World. I
But,
literally just remembered when you said Wonderbox. Whoops.
Yeah, Wynn says, I've seen all the Danger Mouse shows. We'll give the new one a try. And actually, Angel says Netflix also released all the old Bill Nye
True
episodes.
dat.
They did. I have a feeling that they probably released those to see if there's enough interest to do a new series or something.
So everybody
like that.
keep watching.
Yeah, I could just put it
Just
on.
put it on, go do some
auto
stuff.
advanced and put the TV on mute and waste your internet bandwidth. Okay, what's the next reboot we have up here, Anne-Marie?
It's Powerpuff Girls. It's Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls. Sugar, spice,
And everything nice. Mojo Jojo.
Tell us about it.
What more is there to say? Powerpuff Girls are coming back in 2016.
2016.
Cartoon Network is booting it.
Yes.
So excited.
Slated for a 2016 launch, the Powerpuff Girls reboot will include an all-new television series produced by Cartoon Network and a full licensing program slated to roll out across all regions. So that's new toys and stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, my page froze. If you look, scroll up. Scroll up.
What's up?
Oh, you have different recommended things. No, because mine on the right has the picture of the new, drone, what they're going to look like.
Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and read a little bit about this here, and I'll go look for it, okay?
I can't. Mine froze.
Okay.
There we go.
You got it?
No, now I just have a picture.
They say, of course, this isn't the first new Powerpuff series to make it to television since the original Emmy Award-winning series first went off the air in 2005. There was a 10th anniversary special as well as a 2006 kind of like Sailor Moon, if I remember correctly.
I think I remember that faintly.
Yeah, but let's see.
Let me try and see if I can open it again.
Here, I'm going to look up. This is type stuff in. Reboot. And it was for 2017, right?
2016.
2016.
New Puff Girl. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, they're so cute. I mean, they were cute before, but they're
Here we go.
modern cute
I
now.
think this is it, right?
Yeah. The first one.
The first one right here. Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
I like that.
Yeah, it looks kind of. It's even leaning in more into the kind of flash animation style.
I really like it. And I like my alter ego. She looks even more mean and grisly. So.
Excellent. Yeah, but I'm excited for that. That should be fun. If nothing else, it'll be good to hear Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo. Okay, next up, Disney XD is doing a new Lion King series. And Nancy Cantor, the general manager of Disney Junior, says it's kind of like the Lion King meets the Avengers. It's a sequel to the Lion King and its two directed video sequels, and it's called The Lion Guard, and it follows the second child of Simba and Nala, Keon, who assembles an assortment of jungle animals to protect the Pride Lands.
Oh.
So he's kind of forming like a African Avengers or something like that.
African Avengers, assemble!
Actually, I know there's like weird stuff with the Disney timelines, but considering Disney owns Marvel, there's a Black Panther is an African superhero they're introducing into the Avengers stuff. I wonder if they could maybe do a little crossover episode sometime.
It's Disney. They're going to.
But yeah, it's being done by the same people who've brought you things like Jake and the Neverland Pirates, Sophia the First.
Me.
What do you think? Are you gonna check this out? Are you gonna watch?
I
this?
actually think I will. I'm not a massive Lion King fan. I liked it, but I think I actually watched it more because my mom liked it.
Yeah. And I mean, we have kids, so we'll probably, at least
we're gonna
have them watch it.
Yeah, basically, we'll be like, "Look, it's movie night. Let's all watch The Lion King."
And that's probably going to be the same deal with our last one here. And what's our last one?
Oh, the Magic School Bus.
Yes.
They love the Magic School Bus. It drives me bonkers.
Yeah, Netflix will be bringing back the Magic School Bus in 2016. The new iteration, which reflects Netflix continuing growth as a children's broadcaster, will be a computer-animated show entitled The Magic School Bus 360. It will teach kids about science by way of an anthropomorphic school bus and kooky teacher named Miss Frizzle.
Well, of course.
However, the new bus will be upgraded to reflect the advancements in robotics, wearables, and camera technology.
good.
So it's going to be an iBus, I guess.
It'll respond to their thumb.
Oh, Tondigasta says concerning Lion King, Savannah Avengers assemble, and Angel T says Avenge Animals assemble. Amazing.
I love it. I love it, guys.
I love it. Yeah, but then Magic School Bus, again, going to be one of those deals, I think, where the kids will watch it. We probably won't, but we'll probably at least get an idea of the quality. Now, this next one, I haven't actually watched this trailer yet. We're neither of us are big fans of this property, but I figured we could watch the trailer and kind of give you an idea of what we think of it, since we don't like the series anyway. And
I mean, we don't hate the series.
Okay. I don't like the series at all.
Okay.
Really, I've read one good book from it, the Bounty Hunters, but it's Star Wars is what we're talking about. They're rebooting Star Wars this year. But I don't know if we'll watch this whole trailer, but we'll watch at least a little bit of it and just kind of give you an impression of what we think of it.
All right, fine. All right. Pew, 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 pew.
Star Wars. I want to be a Star Wars.
Kid number one at least loves Star Wars.
I like the reflections on this logo.
Yeah, we've had
pretty
that
cool.
for a while.
Pretty cool. I'm going to turn off the sound on this, though, just in case.
Yeah.
We don't want Lucas off after us. A big desert plane.
Oh, goody.
Interesting.
Not really.
And there's a car. Is that Captain Kirk from the beginning of the Star Trek movie? Is this... Oh, and then there was a big thing there.
The Force is strong in my family.
Force.
The Force.
Old Darth Vader helmet. All melted. But what became of him? I know, because I've seen that movie once. There's a metal hand. So that's probably Luke. I think he loses his hand.
His sister.
Is that Luke talking too? Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, Angel says I just recently got into Star Wars, so I'm interested to see what they'll do with this. It seems weird to release this at Christmas, though.
Why?
I don't know.
Christmas is like the biggest weekend.
'Tis the season to be Star Wars.
Da 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 la 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 la.
Bunch of fighting. Looks like one of the main characters is one of those stormtroopers, but weren't those clones? I think those were clones, so why is he a stormtrooper? He's obviously not a clone of the original. Yeah, and there's a very old Harrison Ford.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
So if they do like a supercut of all of the old characters.
Yes. When Han says we're home at the end, I feel like he's just arrived at his retirement home.
We're home, Chewie.
We're home, Chewie.
Does anybody have my applesauce in the Millennium Falcon? I don't know.
Wow.
It seemed okay. It seemed like very actiony, and I'm not a very actiony kind of guy, so I don't know. Like I'm kind of struggling right now because my son wants to go see it, and I kind of don't want to take him. I'm afraid I'm going to sit there.
I think we have other family members that'll be able to take him.
Definitely. Hopefully.
Good luck for them.
Let's see here. Let's see. Angel says, no, the stormtroopers weren't clones after a while, I think. So they went from clones to not clones or something like that. And Tondagasa says, saw the trailer in 3D. Good stuff. And yeah, that was Star Wars. I think this one, we're showing the doc. No. This one we're more excited about, though.
Oh, yes.
Heroes. Heroes Reborn. It's coming back.
Hands over here.
This was one of the first series we ever kind of glommed onto together.
This is the first series.
We binge watched like the entire first season in like a weekend. Yeah.
We're like, let's. The
this
finales,
was before binge watching was binge watching too.
Yeah, really, it was way before that. Like, okay, so I think we were like, well, the finale of this show is coming out this week. Let's watch the first episode. Flash forward 2 days later, we watched the finale episode because we've watched every episode.
Such a great, and I actually got to meet one of the.
Who'd you meet?
One of the stars of Heroes for I think season 2 or 3, David Anderers.
Oh, that's right, you did meet.
Yeah,
David
I got to meet him at
Anderers.
RegalCon out in Los Angeles a couple weeks ago, which is why we were off for a couple weeks. I was out there and then some other stuff. But yeah, we have some news here a little bit. Greg Grunberg, Matt Parkman is going to be coming back, as is Mazioka. The Haitian will be back.
Yes.
Jack Coleman as HRG. Robbie Kay from Once Upon a Time will be playing a part. Peter Pan from Once Upon a Time will be playing a part. Zachary Levi, Chuck will have a part in it.
Okay, I was like, I know this name, and I don't know
And
why.
let's see if I recognize any other names here. A bunch of people from Twilight, Criminal Minds, The 100, people I don't know.
So we don't tell you about them if we don't know.
Yeah, and they've actually been pretty closed-mouthed on
a lot of stuff.
What's going on here. They did release this little teaser trailer, if it'll load, with HRG and Siler kind of standing out.
Siler?
Or not? No, I don't think it was Siler.
it's
It was
not
just some
Siler.
random guy. Yeah, but standing out like out in the Arctic, and it looks kind of like the Northern Lights or something, and he just looks kind of creepy. And then and there's Chuck. Heroes Reborn.
I think he's like the main guy because I see him in every picture that even.
Yeah.
revolves.
I like how we weren't showing that trailer at all. Perfect.
Nope. Ah!
Oh,
Now it has audio.
weird. But no, it looks really good though.
It doesn't matter if it looks bad. I'm watching it.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching it one way or the other for sure because we like Heroes.
We really like Heroes, and there's limited time in our TV watching schedules.
Although I feel like we really need to go back and rewatch it because it's been
Summer
years.
Project.
Yeah, definitely.
On top of that other summer project we were going to be watching.
Every summer project is a summer project.
If you need us, we'll be watching TV this summer.
Nice.
That's about it.
Okay, so let's see here.
And
Do we have any other
8 hours
any
away.
others here?
Whatever.
You know what? We do have we'll end on this one. We're gonna skip the last two just because we're already 40 minutes in and we have some other stuff to get to.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? But
They're bringing it back.
they brought it back.
Score.
Surge. Yes,
Surge.
the classic energy soda drink has come back in modern
Basically,
form.
Coke's retaliation to Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and you can order it for $14 a case from Amazon.
not bad.
Pretty reasonable. I hear it's pretty much like the original formula. So if you have some late night coding you need to get done, pick up some
Gaming.
Surge. Yeah, we have a link to it in our show notes too if you want to check that out for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
We cannot expose the children to that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I used to live on that stuff.
So did I.
Well, that and Jolt Cola and Mountain Dew. Before I discovered coffee, of course.
Of course.
But
of course.
yeah, they lots of reboots, lots of news, and I think that's pretty good. Okay, so next up in the Idiot Box, if you're not familiar, we sit back and make fun of films and shows from the past. This week we're going to sit back and watch The Three Stooges reboot a classic film in a little cartoon with a little bit of a live action thing called The Noisy Silent Movie. So okay, here we go. We're going to start it here, and they have they're doing like the little intro thing for the new Three Stooges cartoon. I like it.
What year is this from? Do you know?
I think it was like 1939 or something. I can actually probably pull that up
you don't need to
here.
check. That's cool.
I will
There we
check
go.
because you will be able to find the link to archive.org to get
watch
this.
yourself this time, please. We won't let you down, Chief. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, a customer.
A customer.
Go out there and service him. You can depend on us. I thought so. I'm not so sure about you. Get out there.
They were there for the paycheck, probably.
Yep.
Morning, folks.
I mean, I'd be
At your
there.
service.
Oh.
May I take care of your windshield? That's it.
They're all about the slapsticky kind of comedy.
Yeah, they are.
For sure. 1965.
Oh.
This was from the series The New Three Stooges, I believe. Cartoon series. So I wonder what they did. They would just like bring them out for a couple weeks. Because that's not the original Curly, is it? I don't think that's
You're
the original
asking.
Curly.
I never watched any of this.
Yeah, Joe DeRita is that guy. I don't think he's the original.
Take it easy.
Oh, Curly Joe, I guess, is the character's name. Here, Tondagasa says in the chat.
One of the toughest men from the state of...
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they probably just like flew them out for like a week and had them shoot all these bumpers and then record some voiceover and stuff.
Just a minute, sir. You have just insulted...
If you could be any Three Stooge, which Three Stooge would you be?
I don't know.
Well, they're pretty. There's the Curly the bald guy, Larry the curly guy, and Mo.
Wait, just a moment.
Mo's kind of the jerk, though. He's kind of the butt face.
I'm the jerk.
You're not the
Well,
jerk.
if you're from Milwaukee, you ought to know.
You're more the
Amory's
Larry.
I know, if you hang around
You're the Larry.
What's a Larry?
The guy with the curly hair. Oh man, Mo looked really bad there. Like, seen better days for sure.
A pictures.
Yeah, Tondagasa says loves the Three Stooges, but is a purist. Shemp was okay.
Look, opportunity's knocking. Can either of you butts ahead
So this is where they're going in. I think here they're going to they're in the movie theater, going up into the projectionist booth. There's an organ.
How does it work?
How does it work?
Maybe you'll pedal it. Look. Good.
Is that how organs work? Do you use the bottom pedals to make sound, or I thought those were like change pitch or something?
I have the musical talent of this necklace.
I knew you'd say that.
And it actually makes noise.
Get ready. 1 and 2 and
So they're trying to play a new soundtrack over a silent movie. He's pretty good with the organ overall.
Yeah.
I wonder how...
Oh my.
Oh, and there's a big soikus. The soikus is in town.
keep going, men. We've
See,
got
at
a
first
great
he's...
beat going.
Right now he's just starting to play along with it. This totally feels like something that they did to where they didn't have to animate quite as much. Like, they use all these old, like, public domain film clips to fill time.
You mean like we do?
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
Not bad for a guy that never had a lesson.
This is nowhere near as entertaining as I was hoping it would be.
Yeah, let's see here. And so, classic race cars.
Of course. Stop hitting him.
Oh, a jetpack.
On fire.
Gotta love it. Got to love it. Yeah, I figured that they would make some sort of joke with the soundtrack they were putting on.
Yeah.
Oh, he just has his arms twisted, but that's not very funny.
Hey! Stop kidding around, Curly.
Yeah, this is like kind of like the lowbrowest kind of humor, even more so than the original shorts. Now he's just sleeping. He's sleeping under the organ.
I mean,
this kind of feels like this is where the twist is going to happen. I'm hoping.
There's going to be a twist?
I think there might be a twist here. Yeah, Tondagasa says so bizarre.
So bizarre.
Wynn says she'd like to see the whole circus movie.
I'll take the circus movie.
Definitely. Why does that cloud keep coming up? Are they like implying that, I don't know, God is doing something like, don't change the music? Now there's just like floods, disasters, people dying.
I don't understand.
I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. Oh, now there's like waves knocking down homes.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez Louise. This got dark.
Uh-oh. There they go.
Angel says some people aren't really into slapstick humor. I am one of those people. Agreed. I was more of an Abbott and Costello, Martin and Lewis kind of guy. And they flooded out the theater, and now the owner of the theater is shooting them with a shotgun.
Why are they showing disaster films? Exactly, Tonda. Exactly. We don't know. Magic juice it up.
Magic juice. And then we'll see how this wrap-up scene ends up.
How were these even connected?
I don't know. I guess they
Maybe
just
they showed disaster films because this was a disaster.
maybe they showed the live action Three Stooges to get the dads, and then the cartoon Three Stooges to get the kids.
I want a banana cream cake.
I wonder what's gonna happen with this
Oh, no,
cake.
what can happen with the cake?
Oh, I hope he doesn't trip and put it all over that. Oh no, there was an orange there and he tripped.
There
oh, my
was an
goodness.
orange.
What are you gonna do?
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, kids.
What's wrong? I didn't want to even come here. I wasn't hungry.
I wasn't hungry. Oh.
I wasn't hungry, kids. I wasn't hungry. Yes, sir.
And we're breaking dishes.
Nice. And now they go off down the pier. Bye, Three Stooges.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was
Yeah,
something.
we can call it interesting.
Yeah, it's like I think like your mind was like rejecting the cartoon because you just wouldn't keep your eyes on it.
I couldn't.
Like, anytime you looked at it, you were like, no, I can't, and just looked away.
Okay. Normally this is my favorite segment. I love
Mm-hmm.
the Idiot Box. I couldn't watch that shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was a bit silly.
Yeah, I was like,
But it was really the closest thing I could find to match our topic, which was everything old is new again. But luckily, I found a song that was much more fitting for it, and we're gonna move into the music box here in a second. But first up, before I go into the story of this song, I figured I'd play it for you. It's a song by one of my favorite bands, Bare Naked Ladies. We're not going to play their version of it for you today, but it's called Everything Old is New Again, which is the title of the episode.
Which kind of works, yeah.
So let's play this cover by a YouTube artist who calls himself Maximum Power. Link in the show notes and everything. And then we'll be right back for me to tell you a little bit about at least what I've always thought the meaning of the song is, or the story behind this in the song is. So we'll play this and then we'll be right back. Knock, 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 knock.
Oh.
Learn to lose. It's easier that way. We've paid our dues, but we can't make life pay. All across the world, people going mad in their mother's cars. The kids are feeling sad. That's how it is, and I'll see you later. Everything old is new again. Everything under the sun. Now that I'm without you again, we hug and we kiss, we sit and make lists, we drink and I bandage your wrists. Wasted youth, there wasn't much to waste. Down to the bone, and still losing weight. Though wishing in the world, glistening in her eyes. When I said I loved her, she thinks I'm telling lies. Is it all lost? No, we never had it. Everything old is new again. Everything under the sun. All of our fears come true again. Recycle, reuse, resenting the fears, our parents' ideals. She thinks the afterlife might just be where the action is. school's built like prison. She can't find a way to live. Move back home to fill the empty nest. Free to roam, in love with second best. Somewhere in the world, she's hosting her own show. Everyone she questions never seems to know just who they are and where they are going. Everything old is new again, everything under the sun. Now that I'm back with you again, I wake up and eat, I go back to sleep, and I let all my nightmares repeat. All across the world, people going mad.
Thank you very much, Maximum Power. That was Maximum Awesome
That
for
was
sure.
so good.
Yeah,
that was so good.
Just love that song. And like I was saying in the chat room while it was playing, like it's one of my favorite songs they do, and no one does a good cover of it, let alone a good one.
Yeah,
so,
that was a really good cover. I mean, I don't know the real song, but that was a good version.
It was pretty close to that.
Was
pretty
it?
close to that, yeah. I figured I'd go ahead and just walk over what I've always interpreted the story of this psalm to be, because that's one thing about BNL songs is there's always like a really good story within the lyrics. They're storytellers first and foremost.
So there are fans?
Yes, they are. They're hashtag storytellers.
Hashtag storytellers.
Okay, so basically, as far as I've interpreted it, this song's about a guy or a girl dating a girl who suffers from apathy and depression. No matter how many times she gets better and she's okay and everything old becomes new again, everything old becomes new again, and she falls back into the same old sort of rhythms and behaviors of kind of being down on herself, feeling sorry for herself, all that kind of stuff, being depressed. I also think the title also refers to the fact that the relationship is a second try. Like maybe they were high school sweethearts who've moved home and reunited after college in their hometown or something like that. Now, the singer of the song, the person telling the story, wants to help the girl he's dating, but her problems make that impossible. But when I say I love her, she thinks I'm telling lies. Like she doesn't trust that he's entering the relationship in a fair way, in a positive way. And so her self-doubt eventually poisons their relationship, and the singer, he just can't, he can only do so much, really. And eventually he has to cut ties and leave for his own sanity, if nothing else. He still loves her, though, even though she pushed him away. And so after the breakup happens, he moves back in with his parents. He finds someone else in town to start dating, kind of a second choice girl and a second choice life. And then one day he turns on the TV and he sees her hosting a show, and he notices that her and the guest she has on and the general theme of the show kind of exhibits that same depression and that same cycle back into everything old again that he noticed throughout the relationship. But a really good song, a lot of really good lines too. Like in their mother's cars, the kids are feeling sad is one of my, I've always just loved that one. But one of my favorite songs from BNL, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. Okay, real quick, I just wanted to mention for the next week, my new book here, The Trials of King Sparrow, is on sale on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all that kind of stuff, for 99 cents. It's it's a fairy tale. Starring a bird. You will believe a bird can't fly is the new tagline I'm using.
Oh, that's the new one?
Yeah, and you can get that at bit.ly/King Sparrow, or you could have gotten it and the audiobook version that came out this week of it for free if you had signed up on our Patreon. Amory, you want to tell us a little bit about Patreon?
Sure. On a typical week, we produce 3 full video, audio, and chat room podcasts. Sorry, it's been a rough month. But we've been trying to expand and grow. And as we've sort of insinuated, we have some other projects we really would like to do, but we're going to need your help to make them as excellent as we know we can. So at patreon.com/universebox, you can make any sort of a monthly donation, anything from 10 cents up. And so far we've been able to get rid of our external ads, and we throw a party once a month. Hey, we need to schedule that. At our next milestone.
Yes, we do for May, for sure.
Soon we'll be doing bi-monthly movie commentaries, which is going to be just like watching a movie with us and snarking over it. If you're unable to make a monthly contribution, please feel free on YouTube. You can make a single donation link there, and you're still going to get the same benefits. Bill, what are some of the benefits they can get for donating?
Oh, some of the benefits they can get for donating. We have 10 cents where you get every book I've ever written for free. And eventually I'm going to get this together, a podcast archive of every podcast we've ever done to download.
We're getting there.
You can get an MP3 of us singing any song you want. I'll send you a horrible sketch. We'll write you personalized letters, everything like that. And a lot of different ways to help. And, one of the other goals that we have coming up here is doing a short run podcast about the series Lost. If we get up to $3.25 per month. So we're about halfway there.
We can get there, people. We can get there, people. So
yeah, but if you want to help out, just go over to patreon.com/universebox, and you can make a monthly donation over there.
A donation.
A Dalmatian. A monthly Dalmatian. A monthly Dalmatian over there. Oh, yeah, and Bobby says, and going back to Everything Old is New Again, he had a high school girlfriend that he got back together with. Not a pleasant experience. Yeah, I had a couple girlfriends back in my day that I went and tried one more time with. Yeah, it almost never works out. Don't do it. Don't do it, kids.
Oh, I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was bad idea. That was a bad idea.
Yeah, it always is. Always is.
Oh, we still... Okay, soapbox.
Okay, so in the soapbox, we each pick a side and debate until we change each other's minds, or until we're done, whichever comes first. Now, this week's question is nostalgia good or bad? And we want your opinions on this in the chat room. Is nostalgia good or bad? I'm taking the position nostalgia is good, and Marie is taking the position nostalgia is bad. Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and get started.
And we go back and forth. We haven't done many of these ones.
But I think nostalgia is good because it helps you unlock memories. Now, I know whenever I smell Chanel No. 5, for instance, it's a very nostalgic smell to me because it reminds me of my grandma because she wore it. And usually anytime I smell it, it kind of unlocks a conversation or a little moment that I'd completely forgotten about and I hadn't thought about, in a decade or something like that. And so that nostalgia kind of helps unlock the memory. And, other things happen, like sometimes you're watching an old TV show and it'll remind you of the last time you watched it. Like, I could be watching an episode of, say, Small Wonder, and it puts me back to mind of, like, getting done with my schoolwork back in first grade and sitting down and watching Small Wonder and the smell of the house and all that kind of stuff. But, they can help unlock memories a little bit. But, So why do you think nostalgia sucks?
Jeez. It's just not healthy to focus on the past. Like, you don't want to live in the past. Sometimes, it's fine to have those memories and go, that was cool. But you got to move on.
Yeah.
Some people are like living back then, but you got to let go of the past and you got to focus on the future.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. Like, you don't want to fixate on the past or just, you don't want to be the high school football star who
you don't want to be wearing the Letterman jacket at 45.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy. Don't be that guy, guys.
Okay, now another reason I think nostalgia completely rocks is nostalgia teaches you about the past. You can dive in on some old movies, TV shows, etc., commercials, like we do on here, like on the Idiot Box segment, and it can at least give you like a general idea of what it was like living in a particular time period, or how, people sort of interacted even, or there are differences in speech patterns and things like that you can kind of pick up on going back and watching old shows or reading old articles, things like that. So it can teach you a lot about history.
It can teach you a lot about history, but while it's good to learn from the past, you really need to be able to take those lessons and apply them to the future, like to be able to reference them. You can learn from the nostalgia, but just walk away.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Yeah. So
I have an over arc. Can you tell?
Oh, yes, yes. Win is on the right side of the argument, the pro-nostalgia camp. So I'll go ahead and move on to my next point here. Nostalgia is a great way to break the ice when talking to somebody new. If you both have a common memory about Big League Chew or something, it can kick off a conversation that eventually circles around to more modern topics so you aren't fixating.
You added that.
What's that?
You added the fixating.
I did.
Now.
I did.
Okay, basically, dear writers of the world, please start coming up with your own stories and characters. I'm absolutely tired of hearing the same thing being rehashed with a new and modern twist over and over again. Now, I enjoy a good reboot once in a while, but
we know of several that you will enjoy.
we know of several that I was giddy and squealed over. But I feel like that's almost all that's coming out. Everything is a reboot, a retelling, a sequel.
Well, it's because
even books are like, just come up with something yourself. You can be inspired by that. I mean, we don't need a dinosaur island. I'm okay with the dinosaur island, but maybe it's a land of goats.
Well, I think part of the problem is a lot of the producers of this stuff
are the same people over and over.
Well, they're more fixated on profits than ever before. And, when you're going into the accountant who's kind of the creative arbiter of what projects, a certain company does,
right?
They're going to be like, okay, well, we know we have X number of Gem fans who will shell out $5.50 or whatever for a movie ticket.
$5.50? I'm sorry, what year is it? No, it's 12 or something.
$3.25 for a movie ticket.
At the Dollar Theater.
So it's a sure bet for them. So it ensures profitability, and they're just not willing to take as many risks anymore. So yeah, I definitely agree with your point there. Okay. Now as to why nostalgia rocks, it's a great escape from things in the modern world that get under your skin. The Duggars might be embroiled in controversy right now.
Hashtag cancel the Duggars.
But you can also count on the Brady Bunch to be nice and wholesome. Anytime you go see them, at least on screen. If you've read Greg Brady's book, there was a lot of dating going on behind the scenes. It was really weird.
Okay. Now, okay. I think it's very possible to have a show, a movie, a book of some sort that can be wholesome and Brady-like. Without having to be Duggars pre-controversy, where we're entirely too conservative and we're not even going to get that political tonight. But I think actually a bigger challenge for these creatives is to take, don't do a retelling of the Bradys. Be inspired by the Bradys. Be like, okay, they were able to do all this without the cursing, without the revealing clothing of everyone. I think you could still do that modern.
Well, I think actually the Brady Bunch is a really good example here because they kind of did that, right? They kind of did a fresh retelling of the concept without being a reboot back in the 90s for the Brady Bunch with Step by Step.
I love
Step by Step was basically like a spiritual reboot of the Brady Bunch because it was two families coming together.
It was, but it's now at this point 20 years ago. We're ready for another one.
Step by step. Day by day. Okay, and the last reason why nostalgia is completely awesome sauce, and anyone who says any differently is worthless to me, is remembering minute details of past events helps keep the mind spry and strong. Memory is a muscle, and you can consider a good nostalgia binge, like going and rewatching the entire series of Friends, for example, as sort of like brain calisthenics to keep your memory nice and spongy and active.
Brain ought to be really good
on Gilmore Girls,
West
Wing.
and West Wing. Exactly.
Okay.
You want my last point?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, I think you're wrong, but I want to hear it.
Oh, no, you're going to like this one.
Okay.
Workouts are supposed to make you sweat. Remembering isn't. Parenthesis. I got nothing.
Yeah, no response to that.
I got nothing. That's all I got.
Excellent. And yeah, we had a lot of good responses over there in the chat room.
I didn't even click over because I'd have gotten lost.
Yeah, but let's see. The Blue Knight says, my opinion is the same as the Dalai Lama. Nostalgia is good, but you can always focus on the past, present, and future too much. Otherwise, you start having everlasting nostalgia, obsession, and dreams. So the Blue Knight thinks it's good, but you need to be present too.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Bobby says nostalgia is good, but it shouldn't be confused with being stuck and stubborn to change.
And don't let nostalgia prevent you from experiencing new things.
Yeah, Tondagasa says it's bad to get overly obsessed with it too, for sure. And Angels kind of sums it up. The majority is nostalgia is good in moderation, but don't become obsessed with it. So
is she writing for the show now? Because I think
don't
we have that line on here somewhere?
that could be a takeaway.
That's a takeaway. Copy and paste.
Yeah, I'm copying and pasting into the takeaway. We now have a new takeaway. We have a 5th one this week. Okay. So let's see here. Next, we're going to do the idea box real quick. And if you didn't know, the best way, the idea box is where you guys submit ideas for us to talk about over at universebox.com/ideabox. And it's real simple. You just go in, you type something into the form, you click submit, boom, bam, done. We have your idea. And it's real simple, real easy. We have a few this week. First off, Anne-Marie, what is your nostalgic guilty pleasure? What is something that you nostalgia over really hard but won't admit to?
Okay, well, I admit to it all the time. The 90s.
The 90s? Just in
give me the 90s. I want a big Blossom hat, little dress, and my mini backpack, and I want to watch The West Wing and Gilmore Girls, even though that was the 2000s. So basically, okay, maybe we want to say my nostalgia guilty pleasure is college, actually.
College?
Let's do that. We'll probably even limit it to the first 4 years of the 5.5 years of college. The West Lib years.
That's fair. Yeah, because
I think we both sort of go down that path.
I think listeners of this podcast would agree with that, definitely. We've brought it up enough, right?
You think?
Actually, the new book series I'm writing, Infinite Teen, I actually based some characters off some of our friends.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I would say my nostalgic guilty pleasure is probably actually, as weird as this sounds, like sort of like a you remember back in the day how they would do those half-hour specials on different networks to kind of announce their fall lineup or their fall cartoon lineup, stuff like that. But they would have like these half-hour specials with a few of the stars from the shows or whatever, going through this little plot, and they'd play these little preview clips. And there are a lot of these on YouTube that include the commercials. And so I go back and I play those. Like there's one with the cast of Alf doing the Saturday morning lineup, like Captain N and the Game Master, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Camp Candy.
I don't like almost any of those.
And there's actually also, there's a lot of kind of cut together clips of just like all the commercial breaks from CBS Saturday morning, March 2nd, 1985. Oh yeah, this is what I put on in the background when I'm editing video because I don't have to pay strict attention to it, but every once in a while I hear I don't know, tricks are for kids. And I'm like, ha ha. So it's fun.
Are you enjoying the hair in your eye there?
I am, definitely. Okay, so yeah, we definitely like to hear some of your nostalgic guilty pleasures too. Okay, Anne-Marie.
Okay.
What old thing would you make new again? Whether it's a person, a movie, an item you have, anything like that. What old thing would you make new again?
Sorry, audio listeners. I don't know. See, I really need to start reading this ahead of time. No, I'm not sure. The magic juice infused person in me would like it to be the jeans that used to fit me amazingly. I need those again in my current size.
You would like those to be new again.
I would like a nice, appropriate wide leg jean. Thank you. I'm old now. This is my request is wide leg jeans.
That's fair.
I'm so sad. I may just drink my magic juice.
And as for me, I'd probably actually like if there could be any sort of reboot that I would like to see. I would like to see, and I know they did one. Oh, Bobby says bring back Quantum Leap.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, do that.
But actually, the old series, and they did one in the 2000s, Get Smart. Like, I think that's a series that would play really well right now. Like, because for one, it goes in a completely different direction than Austin Powers, which I think we kind of need a reset on the James Bond parody. Because I've never actually seen a James Bond film. I love.
I don't think I have either.
Flynn? In Like Flynn. I love that series of movies. I love Austin Powers.
You love Austin Powers?
Mm-hmm. I love Get Smart.
I love Get Smart.
Yeah. So I would really love to see a Get Smart reboot. Bobby says his guilty pleasure or choose your own adventure books for sure. That'd be fun. Breaking news from the chat room, by the way. McDonald's has rebooted the Hamburglar.
I
It's
saw
like this
something about
Abercrombie and Fitch model in a Hamburglar costume, more or less.
He's hideous.
Yeah, more or less. But I do like the shoes, though.
You
The
would
shoes
like
are
the
nice.
shoes.
The shoes are nice.
Those are hideous.
Yeah, but a new Hamburglar.
The Hamburglar looks like he belongs in Gotham.
Okay, let's see. Last question here in the idea box. If you could bring back one thing from your childhood, what would it be? I guess that's kind of the same question, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's completely different.
Okay.
You know what I want?
What?
I want when I'm sick to have my mom make me a couch bed and I can lay there and watch Disney movies all day.
I like that.
And watching like Little House on the
like
Prairie.
that.
I've tried to start doing this, but my children don't lay there enough. I'm like, you did not understand the glory of a couch bed. You put the sheet down, you fold it over, you lay there, you watch TV all day.
Drink some Theraflu, knock yourself out. Okay, as for me, you know what? If we're gonna go with non-media property things, I would like something from my childhood that I would like to bring back. Would be every year for like 3 or 4 years.
Every year, I want it all back.
No, every year for 3 or 4 years of my life, on my birthday, my mom would go out and she would buy me, as close as she could find, a Pee Wee Herman suit. A suit that looked as close to the blue suit or the gray suit with the red tie that Pee Wee Herman used to wear as possible. And I'd wear that for my birthday. I'd like to bring that back.
I have never, ever heard this story.
You haven't?
No.
I've never told you about the Pee Wee suits?
No, and you know what? You could have kept that one to yourself.
But no, I think I'm going to start wearing them again for my birthday.
No.
I think you can probably buy those in the Halloween shop now.
Note to self, take that day off.
If you want to submit some idea box, go ahead over
Please
to
do.
universebox.com/idea box.
Especially when you hear next week's topic.
And so, so Anne-Marie, I guess it's about time to figure out what's in the box for next week.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What is in the box? What is in the box? What could it be now? Yeah, okay, she's unfolding the paper. Very slowly. What is it?
Harry Potter!
You're an episode of Universe Box, Harry! Yes, next week on Universe Box, we're taking a run at platform 9 3/4. That's right, we're off to Hogwarts on the next Universe Box. Now, do you have a favorite piece of Potter fanfic? Where would the Sorting Hat place you? Does Quidditch make you squeamish? Show us your Hermione cosplay. We're talking Harry Potter on the next Universe Box, and we want to hear everything you have to say. I'll go ahead and give you the contact info if you want to send in your stories. universeboxshow@gmail.com. Twitter's @universe_box. The Facebook is facebook.com/theuniversebox. And the voicemail number, really encourage these for next week, 424-274-2352. Again, that's 424-274-2352. Harry Potter is the name. That's the game.
And we are doing a Wonder Box. We'll at least give you the week's notice.
Yeah, for the first movie.
And the first book.
Compared with the first book.
So it's, it's an easy read. You've all read it 16 times if you've read it at all. So there you go.
Yeah, and we also wanted to mention here real quick before we get into the one piece of feedback we have this week that we've
Angel.
We've set the official the next 15 episodes of Universe Box. So we figured we'd share them with you real quick. Again, we still need to schedule the hangout to kind of figure out what we're doing in each episode like we did last time. But the final the winners of the poll are Mythology, the 50s version of the future, Tabletop, Doctor Who, Family, Hobbies, Christmas, College, Chocolate, Depression, Politics with a no politics guarantee. We'll do a politics episode, then never talk about politics on any of the shows again.
As much as we can.
Yeah. Genetics, Cats and Dogs, Fitness, Robots. And I'm not sure if this is going to fit in the first 15. We're going to schedule it to fall on the exact day, so whenever that is. Back to the Future on the actual day from Back to the Future 2.
That's so cool.
Bobby, you're not a huge Potter fan. I'd like
Bobby,
to hear why.
You're not my friend anymore.
Because I kind of fell off too, mainly because of Quidditch. I'm sure that'll come up next week. It's fine.
Whatever.
Okay, so
I'm over you.
We do have a one piece of feedback here this week on the subject Everything Old is New Again from Woo S. Kim, one of our constant listeners. So take it away, Woo. Woo!
One of the things that I hate
hearing on the internet or just when I'm out hanging out with friends. And this usually happens when I'm around other geeks or using my air quotes, other geeks, is the idea that, oh my god, there's nothing new anymore. They're only recycling old things and just putting a new spin on them. Well, I feel like I'm Biff Tannen from Back to the Future going, hello, anybody home? Think, McFly, think. I mean, of course they're just recycling old and putting a new spin on them. That's what fiction is. That's what entertainment is. I mean, if you look back far enough, like, anything's been done before and people have ripped off other people all the time.
That reminds me of another BNL song. Woohoo, it's all been done.
It's like one of my favorite sayings, and that I heard from one of my mentors. If you steal off one person, it's plagiarism. If you steal off multiple people, it's research. And I just don't see the argument of, why old things with new spins on them or reboots are bad, especially when the same people that, like badger them over and over and over are the same people that go see them just to rag on these things. And if you look...
Yeah, that's very true. Like, anytime I see someone going, oh, geez, another reboot, guess I'll get on the internet and complain about that after I get back from, I don't know, what's that?
Nothing.
Spider-Man or something.
Back at the beginning of storytelling, the hero's journey, which is what Harry Potter is based off of, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, that's one of the oldest stories ever told, and people love that story again and again and again, generation after generation. I mean, to get away from entertainment even for just a sec, when like Burger King reintroduces chicken fries, or McDonald's brings back the McRib, people don't seem to be badgering McDonald's or Burger King for bringing those things back, and those things were old and, not new, but people still love them. The important thing is to think about here, the reason why things are brought back from years past is because people still love them, or people are wondering, will people want to see these old stories retold again? Look at Girl Meets World on Disney Channel. Look at the reboot of Full House. I mean, how many times have we seen Superman rebooted for the last 25 years or so? And even further than that. I really like old things taking a new spin on them. Do I think all of them work? Absolutely not. I think some of them are absolutely atrocious. But there are some things that are good for nostalgia's sake. And it's kind of interesting to see them in a new light. Degrassi and the Next Generation also comes to mind. Those are my thoughts. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Wu. Definitely
I love
appreciate
Degrassi.
it.
That's another one.
Yeah, that was another show that we kind of bonded on.
We did,
initially.
but you fell off.
I did fall off.
But you know what? They went crazy.
They did.
They went crazy. You know what? Still addicted.
Harry Potter.
Your
Universe Box episode, Harry. UniverseBoxShow@gmail.com, Twitter @universe_box, Facebook is facebook.com/theuniversebox, and the voicemail number is 424-274-2352. Again, that's 424-274-2352.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Remember the 52?
Remember the 52 for sure. Okay, as always, we have a couple takeaways here.
Loosey-goosey. Sorry, guys.
It's fine.
I'm tired.
It's a Friday night. The rhythm's all off, but in a good way. I like it.
I'm so thrown off. I feel like I haven't sat in this chair in 5 weeks.
And yes, as Tom DeGossa says in the chat room, very good call as always, Wu, for sure.
Of course. It was awesome.
Now, here's some takeaways. Old can be cool as long as it isn't too old. If it was cool once, it will be cool again. Nostalgia is good in moderation, but don't become obsessed with it. Aha. I copied that straight from the chat room. Concepts can stagnate. Sometimes it's good to refresh them. And feeling like a kid again is fun, but don't forget you're a grown-up. We're grown-ups now.
I want to be a grown-up.
It's DJ's the widow instead of Danny being the widower. Well, I guess he's probably still the widower.
Yeah, he's still...
Probably. Anne-Marie, where can people find you online?
You You can find me on the Twitter being confused at AM DeSimone.
And as for me, you can follow me on Twitter at Bill Meeks. You can follow all of the podcasts we do, including Legends of Gotham about the TV show Gotham, and Greetings from Storybrooke about Once Upon a Time at universebox.com. And you can find my new novella, The Trials of King Sparrow. It's amazing. There are psychotic eagles. He gets an infected wing. There's an old lady who takes care of him. Also, there's a big spoiler about 3/4 of the way through the book that will blow your mind and you won't be expecting. bit.ly/King Sparrow on sale 99 cents all week this week, and the audiobook's out now too on Audible. Okay, well, I guess that's about it.
I love that the Blue Knight is summarizing all of the stories for us in the chat room. This is hilarious. I love
all
it.
of the Harry Potter stories?
Harry Potter story.
Thank you, Blue Knight.
Thank you, Blue Knight. You better hurry up. You're only on episode 3.
Yeah, we want to thank our chat room again, too. You can join them next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. EST at live.universebox.com. All right, well, I guess that's about it, Anne-Marie. Any other business before we get out of here and go watch some stuff, like nostalgic type stuff, like Harry Potter? Until next time, remember to think outside.
I couldn't remember what we were supposed to say there.
That's what we say there.
I was going to say
So remember to think
greetings from
outside.
Storybrooke or something. Who are we?
Adjust your computer screen. It's your mind
We'll play
we're
this
changing.
at the end.
Good
Why
idea.
not?
Stories set to a theme.
Do we normally do that?
No. Well, in the podcast version we do, in the video version we don't.
Nice.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys for dealing with my
Awesome,
brand of
as
crazy
always.
tonight.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yay.
You weren't that crazy.
Oh, no, I'm crazy.
Thank you guys again for hanging out
Yes,
for so long. and
thank you
everything.
guys so much, especially
I
for on
have
a
hair.
weird night. Oh, no, you don't have
Oh,
hair.
yeah, it's all red and stuff, so I'm going to put that back on until we go offline. For sure. Yeah, and we are going to figure out when to schedule that hangout soon for our patrons.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably next week sometime.
It has to be next
Yeah.
week.
But for greetings people, we're still waiting on the videos for RegalCon before we do that episode too.
So there's that.
But we know we are going to do it on a weeknight. So,
Yes, so that we can have some different people. Not that we don't love the usual people. Man, Blue Knight is really flying through those stories. Yeah.
Story
so that
4,
people
they
have
play
other...
Quidditch. Story 5, they play Quidditch.
Stop it! There's nothing wrong with the Quidditch. It's vital to the show or to the movies and the book.
To the movie show.
I gotta go to bed, guys.
Night, guys.
Good night.